Frequency Phoenix 555 for your message or messages. Come in. Come on. I've got intel. Recon is afoot. Just giving it a hot minute for the notification to go out so the big cats can assemble. Namaste, Slim Jim. Live again. Fist bump. I've been so afraid to go live because it takes about 12 hours to publish after the fact. Donnie Renee, wagwan, glad you could slide through on your busy day. Who else is here? I can't see everyone. You've got to leave a comment. Because I'm telling you, the askholes are afoot. Askholes? Yes, the askholes. I said it in my Nene Leaks voice. Queen of the South, I see you, darling dear. Who's that? Pinky Lee, new face in this place. Pinky's up. Who else is here? Batty Crown. Batty Crown. There's a Jamaican terminology for that. Batty Crown. Fist bump. Put a smile on his face. Audrey die. It's been a while since I've been live because the live don't love us cats. It takes 12 hours to publish a video. I don't know why. I do know why, and I'm not going to think about it because we've got other things to discuss. Big Cat 144 on the counter. The planetary energies today are the Skullduggerous moon is in Scorpio opposing Mercury in Taurus. During this period, be aware of the availability of your spiritual gifts, darling dears. Be aware of it. However, and there's always a back end, be careful not to abuse them, darling dear, or use them impulsively, right? Because the karma does not discriminate. Okay? Askholes are always coming through with their opinion, darling dear. And you know, most opinions, right, are flatulent and going nowhere. When you make a mistake, big cat, you just get up and you go on. Why trip over what you did in the past, darling dear, if you're not taking it as a lesson, right? Keep showing up for yourself, big cat, no matter what. Be the kind of cat that no one wants to mess with. Yes, they will talk about you, darling dears, but behind your back, at a distance, where they brew what they got to brew in the mud hut. You've been through all kinds of Guantanamo Bay, and none of it broke you, big cat. It made you better than before. Wise, strong of temple, strong of mind, strong in the bank account, all of the above, darling dears. Keep putting that smile on your face. It pisses them off, darling dear. It gets them in that black mean hole they dare to call a heart. Keep smiling. Keep working hard on whatever you want to, darling dear. Because as I said, your spiritual gifts are being buffed up today, darling dears. Use it wisely. Use it to further your goals, darling dears. Use it as a chance to go within for further inspiration. So you can keep the smile on your face to keep pissing them off. Yeah. How about that? Let's carry on at a hot trot. Haven't been live in a while. It seems a bit like discombobbled, out of sorts. But I always land on my feet. Let's get a runestone to keep it right off. Oh, you have what? This is represented by the Temperance in Tarot and the letter Y. Maybe you're asking yourself why. That's what an X is for. The Y. And it's also an example of something never to do again. That's your Y, darling dears. Ex-friend, ex-family member. They're all askholes. Right? It speaks about your trustworthiness, darling dears. You are an earth angel as well as being protected by your ancestral team. They are motivating you, darling dears, to continue going on. When you smile in the face of adversity, darling dears, you become what? A gangster who understands the game of life. Why must you smile? Because you've already frowned, darling dear, and I'm telling you, Those laughter lines and frown lines ain't easy when you're over half of 100. Trust and believe. Smile. It's easier. Takes less muscles to smile than it does to frown, darling dears. The temperance energy is represented by Sagittarius, the only weaponized zodiac sign. I love it. I don't hate it. Temperance is represented by Jupiter, right? Jupiter affects the, come on case, think, the hips and the thighs. It also speaks about your long-term vision, you holding on to that vision. As I said, you are being protected at this moment in time. You have a secret admirer. Well, some may call it admirer, I call it a fan, right? Why do you get a fan? You get fans because you are reaching some form of success in your life, darling dear. They're fans, and if you haven't got a fan, you need to step up your game, darling dear. Step it up! I insist! Sock it to them, big cat. Not big... Jeanette M.O.H. What? Go on! This is a new... How can I put it? This is a peaceful era coming through for you, darling dear. Some hard work that you've actually put down. You're coming to the ends of it. But remember, as a big cat, you move from platform and pedestal to pedestal. You always have another goal once you've reached the goal. It seems as though when you achieve something that you've been working hard on, it's like, oh well, because you knew deep down it was for you and you was going to achieve it. But it's about you really what? Learning to self-validate, self-celebrate. You went through many changes, many turns, and at every step of the way, you had the askholes on your back, like white on rice, darling dear. The same ones that underestimated you. Hear the bell, darling dear, confirmation. The same ones that underestimated you. The same ones that put you down. The same ones that put their hand between your shoulder blades, proverbial, and pushed you in that hole. Simon Shaw, Wagwan, Solo. Fist bump. Glad you could pop in, sir. Are you feeling okay, Simon? Have you moved yet? Was it Wisconsin? You said you was going to Wisconsin? I do pay attention, you know. I just look like I'm not paying attention. I pay attention to the cats. The temperance energy also tells us, with Jupiter backing it up, this is about your growth, darling dear. It also speaks about luck being on your side. If you're planning to travel, luck is on your side. Higher learning, luck is on your side, right? Also in your beliefs, your spiritual or religious beliefs, luck is on your side. It's talking about a buffing up in the cranium, as well as in your expansion, darling dear. Remember, we also have the what? Sagittarius full moon tomorrow. Yes, baby. Sagittarius full moon is not as harsh as the other moons, right? Because Sagittarius is optimistic. Sagittarius rules the travel. Did Amazon come again?
Yeah.
Thanks, child.
No problem.
Are you going to say hello to the cats? We're live for a change. I didn't pay her to do it. I forced her. Anyhow, as I was saying, yeah. Some of you are looking at the long-term goals around your finances, darling dears. Some of you are looking, understanding that your time is your money, darling dears. So this is you reassessing your goals or how to get to your goals. It's the journey, darling dears. Reassessing how you're going to handle your time, because your time is your money. So you don't want to waste your time. It also speaks about an ending of conflict in your inner circle, darling dears. But it's definitely, as I said, the energy of the Sagittarius full moon is actually buffing up, darling dears. So the highlight is going to be on long distance travel, higher education, right? Expansion of a whole, darling dears. But it also speaks about you being protected along the way, guided. Love it. I don't hate it. Represented by, did I say the numbers 56, 57, 58 and 59? I did say the letter Y. I feel inclined to get another runestone. What do they need to focus on? Because it says long-term goals. Well, the biggest part of your focus, it says, is not to focus on situations that you can't change. You can't change people. You can't change their attitudes. You are in control of yourself, darling dear. World card. This is a fellow represented by the world card in tarot, represented by the letters F and O. I'll give you a minute while I sit by mocha for you to get all the swear words out. The letters F and O, the numbers 84, 85, 86, and 87. It speaks about being around people where there was no true group order, no pecking order, just as long as you weren't doing better than them. A fellow on its face talks about Sputnik, the spies, still watching you, trying to gather information, but they're gathering it from places that are defunct as far as you're concerned. You no longer sit at these tables. So what subterfuge and bull swanky is being bandied around by askholes. World card on its face. It also speaks about having a lack of closure. You don't have to have closure in every situation. I keep telling you this. Don't waste your breath and your good godly energy, darling dear. Just give them your back. Your back. Law 16 of the 48 laws of power. Matthew 10:14. When you dusted off your sandals and headed out. But again, the temperance, and we're talking about your time and your money management, darling dear. This world card in the reverse is a reminder not to be overconfident in your situation. Especially if you're looking to what? Change professions. Travel plans. If you are planning to journey with other people, you are being strongly advised against traveling with anyone at this moment in time. Remember, Shanquilla Robinson. Also, a reminder for today, tomorrow, and the next, I believe it's 2 to 3 days afterwards, full moon is not the time for any form of surgical procedure, whether cosmetic or otherwise, unless it's an emergency. You ain't got no choice. Life and death situation, all that. Surgery is off the tableau during the full moon. Again, I have to reiterate, don't travel with no one over the next few days, darling dears. You move alone, you move in silence, and have what? The Most High at your back. The assholes will try and put a spanner in your works. Not everybody needs to know no one needs to know your next movement. I told you. It got to the point, because even when I get into my chariot of righteousness, what's that? That's my car, darling dears, right? If I've got, well, in the past, my progeny used to ask me, Mummy, where we going? Where we going? When are we going to get... Listen, one day I pulled over the car, right? And I said, kidnapped you or not, safe you be, ask me never. Right, I was a bit more vicious, right? I swear I was foaming at the mouth, right? And there was a vein pulsating in my forehead, just like Erica Mina. Yeah, all right, because I'm tired of the questions. They ain't kidnapped. Where would I be taking them other than with me? They're not kidnapped. I don't like people to ask me nothing. This is why Divine is telling you to take your time to get in a position where you are managing your finances and your long-term vision, so you don't have to answer to anyone, because your time is your money, the time itself. Because remember, a job that you do should have the components of what? Something that you love, darling dears, because then it won't seem a job. It won't seem like a job. And the time that you spend, you'll be getting something back because you are working for yourself. Don't be amongst the askholes, darling dears, asking where the next step to step on in order to what? Have faith. No, blood. Leave that for the yesteryears, the pet cemeteryites, the ones that you don't deal with anymore, darling dears. And while you're at it, get yourself this book of Psalms. Her name is Anna Riva, R-I-V-A. There's a psalm for everything in there, darling dears. I've always got it on the show because I use it often. Right? Let's press on. But there's definitely a situation that is dead in the water, which is over, which you must not be going back to. You are being spiritually protected from this person or people or even a group, darling dear. A world could be a world that you once knew. An environment, a community, whatever that circumstance or situation is, you leave it where it is, darling dears. Don't second guess yourself. It's filled with askholes going nowhere. That's all you need to know. Let's quickly check the charms. When we throw the charms, we're looking for the big cat, right? We want to know where your money is, so that's the sewing machine, right? The Hamza, where you need to find more peace, and most of all, we want to know where the dummy back is. Let me put the camera down so you can see everything. Right, let's drop down and get our eagle on. Big cat, you are right here. Okay, you're back. is to the Wheel of Fortune. You don't see what actually is coming towards you at this moment in time. The Wheel of Fortune comes with luck, darling dear. The Wheel of Fortune also speaks about distant lands, distant people, foreign people. Okay, I told you, if you're traveling with someone or someone's, cut that shit and roll alone. You are by yourself here at this moment in time, right? You've got the Ace of Wands, right? With the Magician and the Empress all intertwined, darling dear. You've got the Gift of the Gab. It also speaks about this short journey that you're going to be taking. Empress energy is about your growth. Continue to set your intention. All of this energy has been isolated. Again, is pointing for you. If you're traveling alone. Okay? Look at this. We have the Ace of Swords next to the Hierophant, darling dear. What I just said about the what? Any surgeries over the next, say, 3 to 4 days to be sure. It's not a good idea to have those surgeries. Why? You'll be meeting the judgment. You'll go and meet the Most High before your time, unless it's an emergency. Pay attention, big cat. All right. We want to know where you need to find some peace. Look where the Hamza is, right next to your sewing machine, your work ethic, darling dears. We already discussed this with the Temperance. You need to find some kind of balance with your time management as well as your money, because this is about you setting up your long-term goals, your long-term dreams. The work area next to the Hamza, maybe it's something, maybe you are trying to start a spiritual business. The Hamza is about peace, but it's also about your Chiron. This is also a pointer for many of you to go and have a look at your Chiron in your birth natal chart. It will give you the tools. It will ease you as well. And when you finish looking at that, go straight to your 2nd, your 6th, and your 10th house. It will show you how to make that money in the long term. Okay. Yeah. You need to find a more peaceful way to get this Skrilla coming towards you, darling dears, that doesn't create anxiety every time. This is where it would not be peaceful is if you're living hand to mouth. We're big cats now. We don't live hand to mouth. We sit on multiple streams of income. We all have gifts. You can go on Teesprings and start a t-shirt business with nothing, just your designs and your ideas. You can become an associate with Amazon. Everything can be done from what? Your home, darling. You can become a keyboard gangster. There's ways to earn. The money's out there to be earned. This is telling you to find peaceful ways of bringing that Skrilla in so that your future is what you're envisioning it to be. Okay? Where's the dummy bat? The dummy bat is here, right next to the Sun, right next to the Justice. They're getting their flipping karma, mate. Something's been shown on about their behavior, right? We've got the Fool card on its face, right? So they're rinsing and repeating. They're not looking at their own self being the what? The common denominator of all the F shit in their life, right? And it's right next to the Death card, right? On the Chariot. So there's no change, darling dear. They're quick to blame other people for the situation or circumstance they find in. Look where the Scales of Justice is, right next to the devil charm, darling dear. Narcissistic, controlling. They are controlling an environment, darling dear, but they're not happy in it. They're not creating any form of happiness. These people or person is self-serving. If they're in a couple, they're going for a tower moment at this moment in time. There's a lot of arguments. There's a lot of fights. Okay? There is no Skrilla around them. None. Zilch, Zippo, zero, Brock, Pakitos, all of the above. So it could be the arguments due to money, darling dears, or it not coming in. Some dummy bat has gone through some kind of a legal situation, darling dear. Devil energy. It's they did a bit of SA, darling dear. SA. Okay. This is why I tell you, big cat, you don't just bring anybody into your inner circle, right? Here at Don't Get Smoked Central, I talk to you about the boosty badass. I don't care who it is. Everybody must be interviewed. Okay? Interview everyone. If they've got a criminal record, it will be of public record. If they was married and divorced, it's of public record of why they divorced. Everything is out there. Don't be no dummy bat at this stage of the game, darling dears. We're besties and we've got to go through it together in a Thelma and Louise kind of a way, but without the chelation. No. Everybody gets investigated. You have luck on your side. Destiny is on your side. Fate is on your side. But Divine wants you to realize that you hold the infinity sign. It's attached, matter of fact, to the crown. You're the baddest of them all. This is why these askholes are always on your case, darling dears. We've got the World card next to the Moon card, right? Yes, baby. Right here next to, oh, this is female energy. You've got a lot of jealous feminine energy. It could be a Mitch bitch or a bitch Mitch. I don't know, mate, right? But there's a lot of jealousy that's been shown on you, and it's the World card in the reverse. The same way the rune came out in the reverse. Situations that you must never revisit. Not even to pick up anything. If you left it behind, leave it. But you are being protected. Your temperance, can you see the cups? Is on this negative energy, right? There's a lot of negative words of just like spells being cast your way. I told you the askholes ain't letting up. We've got the Star card next to the healing, which is with its back turned, so it's many people, darling dear. They have no flip-flop. The Ace of Cups is turned over. No true love. It's spiteful words. But this is all going on, right? While we've got the Hangman. Somebody who emotionally abused someone. I told you, we already spoke about the SA. This person is going to prison or has been to prison. This is why everybody gets what? That's right, big cat. Invest. I don't care who it is, right? I don't even want people coming around my house and they've got a whole brand new baby with him. If that baby smile wrong, the baby's getting investigated. Everybody's getting investigated. I don't care, right? Because the DNA saying nice blood had to look over my shoulder. I said I ain't repeating it again. Not in this lifetime. Not on your Nelly. But the Chiron here. This particular Chiron is in the reverse next to the Moon. So there's no there's healing around relationships, darling dears. The Moon represents the mother energy. So maybe you didn't have a good relationship with your mother. Well, guess what? It's going to have to be a shut case. We've got the World card on its face twice, darling dear. The runes as well as the charms. There's never going to be a healing in that situation with a mother figure or your mother or someone who was should have been motherly towards you. Lack of empathy, nurturing. Which was unfortunately for you, darling dears, because it sapped your strength for a long time. You didn't get the cup of love that you deserved from your formative years. This is for some. It kept you stuck for quite a while. It also speaks about a lot of hedonistic behavior, a lot of fraud, because you didn't get the mother love that you wanted, darling dear. There was no true direction there. But you found your direction now. But Temperance is telling you to set your future. Find out where you can get some more of that passive income in, darling dear, in a peaceful manner so that it pays for itself. Okay? This can also represent what? Working on getting some form of counseling to aid and abet your healing, darling dears. Because if it's with a mother figure, it'll never happen. That person won't. They could be mentally incapacitated, or they just really will never admit to anything being wrong. They're the type of person to turn around and say to you, well, why are you bringing up the past? What do you mean? There's you going through your psychosis, sweaty and everything, and they're saying, why are you bringing up the past? They don't want to talk about what they did, darling dear. Because their reality and their remembering of a situation is not on the same level as what you remember. Look at this. Look at the candle. It's very wet. It'd be a lot of emotion spilled over a situation that you can just give to God, darling dear. You are being spiritually protected at this moment in time. Don't be an arsehole and ask a dummy bat on why they didn't do certain things in your... Leave them to it, darling dear. Because as the saying goes, what you do unto others, you get done to yourself. You might not see it. You might not see it. But nobody gets off scot-free. People talk about heaven and hell. I believe being alive on this Malkuth is hell. Especially when you haven't claimed sovereignty or dominion over yours. This is hell. When you're living on other people's opinions of your life, this is hell. When you're living amongst people that don't love you, that is hell. The heaven is your state of mind, darling dear. How you choose to live, find that balance in your life. And again, if you're thinking of a surgical procedure over the next 2 to 3 days, maybe even 4, don't do it. Because if you are, and it's not an emergency, I've got a lovely black frock. That's what we call it in the UK. When I was, it's called a frock, F-R-O-C-K. I've got a lovely black frock and a fashionata. I will come to your funeral and I will cry loud, and then I'll come up to your coffin and I'll smack you across your face because we're besties. And I told you not to have the operation. Not yet. Right? Slap you to make sure that you're not pretending. Right? To see that you really are dead. That you really got it. Right. Let's press on, darling dear, at a hot trot. Let's get a deck I haven't used in a while. I'm not going to use that black deck. It's so skullduggerous. It's so hard to come off the table. Base of the deck, sun energy. This is forward movement. It's a blessing, darling dear. And it's about this holiday. Somebody is going to be traveling. As I said, whom you are choosing to travel with, it's not a good idea. Best you cancel or go solo dolo. Or, I don't know, mate. If you've got the money for bodyguards, listen. Sun energy, it's about your inner child, darling dear. This also speaks about a stable relationship or marriage coming towards someone. Others, it's a pregnancy or a birth, but it's a full-on transformation in their paradigm. It's also a reminder to keep your self-esteem high, darling dear. Sun energy, fire energy. Fire energy is ruled by what? The solar plexus. This is about you listening to your to that feeling in your tummy that tells you a situation is wrong. This is about you having a sense of control over your life and your forward movement. This is your confidence, darling dear. Somebody's trying to attack your confidence. I don't want you to be as confident as you are with the choices that you've been making, which is very unfortunate because you are blessed and highly favored. What I say, the devil's most diligent worker, someone who would like to control you again, or you was controlled when you was around them. You weren't speaking your truth. Capricorn energy also speaks about the obsessively jealous as well. Jealous about what you've got. It's the askholes. I told you, big cat. The askholes. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Something that's long awaited is coming towards you. It's about you holding the focus. Some of you are losing faith in some kind of something that you've envisioned, something that you've worked towards. This is something you doing your due diligence, darling dear. Pentacles is higher learning, a new home, whatever, something tangible that you've been working towards, darling dears. You've been losing faith in it. Why have you been losing the faith in what you've got going on? That's a lot of cards that I'm not going to take, but I will look at the bottom one, Page of Swords. For some of you, we know the Page of Swords means somebody's spying, but for you, the Page of Swords also speaks about when you started doing this new thing that you've been working on for a long time, darling dear. You was new to the situation. This is learning things from the ground upwards. This is building. Maybe it hasn't come to the fruition that you've wanted, darling dear, but it will get there in time. Page of Swords is about you studying, learning higher things, but it's also about listening to your higher mind, Queen of Pentacles, because you're going to get there in the end. But it's also bringing to mind that it's something that you've worked for. Yes, it didn't go the way you wanted straight off the bat, but in time it's coming that way. You are a good advisor. This also speaks about you being solid, stable, building a foundation. Because anything you get quickly only builds your ego. When it takes time, it builds your character. This is what it's all about, darling dears. Clarify the Knight of Pentacles, King of Swords. Yeah, you may have started off as a page, darling dears, but you got the biggest brain of them all now. You've learned a lot of information, a lot of knowledge. Knowledge is power, something that can't be taken from you. It also speaks about you being slow to speak, right? It's about you gathering information. You are not as free with your words as you used to be. The King of Swords, whether you are male or female, you guard your heart, for from your heart springs the well of life. Proverbs 4:23. I said guard, not close it, darling dears. Clarify the Strength card. Yeah. It's not nothing of the emotions. How can I put? Yeah, it's not a relationship that had had taken the flight out of your wings, darling dears. This is you emotionally standing alone. You're not used to emotionally standing on your own, but you are. Maybe that's what it is. It's the validation of people that no longer serve you, darling dears. You're getting all of these accolades. Yes, your things have been moving, Knight of Pentacles, but it's going to get there. It's going to get there. It's taking time. Pentacles takes time. Pentacles also represents the winter months. So something that you started in the winter, or you will see the culmination of your efforts during the winter months. But what you're doing is definitely fertile. So don't give up. It's the level of knowledge you're attaining, and the King of Swords is spiritual knowledge as well, because you're learning from the inside out. Clarify this Page of Swords, because you was very unsure when you started this studying. 5 of Swords on its face, 6 of Swords. It was touch and go. I think when you started this new subject, this new topic, this new business, whatever it is, whatever your paradigm is, darling dears, it was touch and go. You was overwhelmed by the amount of information that you would have to take on. But you did the due diligence, Queen of Pentacles. You took the time, you broke it down into more easier bite sizes. Magician, I told you, you got the badass alchemist ways. And again, the Magician speaks about a short journey, darling dears. The Magician also is Mercury energy. Mercury rules Gemini. Gemini rules the third house of communications. But Gemini also rules younger siblings, aunts, cousins, and uncles. If you was traveling with any of those people, cross it off your list, mate. It's not going to work. If you've got some kind of travel plans with them, don't go. Well, you can go. You got free choice. But as your bestie, 6 of Cups on the 5 of Cups, learning new things, having a little bit of. That's what I'm saying. The people from the past have got nostalgia. Yes, they're watching you, big time spying, right? Sending you the most negative vibes, darling dears, because they want you to fail. They can't believe that you was able to manifest a stable environment. They don't know what's going on in your background. They haven't seen the blood, sweat and tears. They weren't there when you was at your fledgling stage, beginning this new foundation. One where you had to be what? Spiritually pure, darling dears. They weren't there. But you went from the page to the king, darling dear. You didn't stop at the knight. You didn't stop at the queen. You went straight to the king. This is a spiritually guided journey that you've been on. So let the past bury the past. They got nostalgias. They would like to come back, but it's to block your opportunities. They don't wish well for you, darling dears. These askholes. They don't wish well for you. Clarify the badass alchemist ways. They don't wish well for you. And I don't understand. It's always somebody doing less than you, right? Not daring to be bigger than themselves. You've got options. All of them cups are filled, but I don't care how many cups you get, big cat. Make sure you investigate every one. Make sure that it serves you, suits you, right? Queen of Wands. Because you must continue to plan, plot, and strategize, darling dear. It tells me that you're looking sexy out there in them streets. You're looking good. This is about you being a natural born leader. Some of you are stepping up to the mic as public speakers. Or your business is going on a web. Whatever it is, darling dear. Slow and steady has won your race. How long have you been away from these people that are still talking about you, these askholes? How long? Oh. You've moved away from, even the 8 of Cups come out to tell you that you've moved away from the drama. It doesn't go with what you've got going on. This represents, Cups represent the autumn months, darling dears. So it could be a year, anything from a year, 10 years. You walked away from dramatic situations, right? Where they never wished good on you. They always a lot of gossip at your back. They had you like you was the donkey's ass. They did. Stuck in a toxic cycle with them. Until you decided, I'm putting me first. This is the me show. It's all about you, big cat. We've already seen the planetary energies today. Your spiritual gifts are being buffed up today, and divine is warning you not to misuse them or use them impulsively. So this is also will also include your thoughts, darling dears. Certain thoughts are going to be coming up, darling dear, but it's about you not directing the energy, because that energy can cause harm. Better to stick a pin in it and get back to your studying. Get back to your studying. Learn something new. Use the energy for something else, because knowledge is power. Ending those cycles was the right thing for you to do. King of Cups, it taught you to master your emotions. Seven of Swords, they would love to come back in and sow seeds of wickedness with you, darling dear. They want to be there for your harvest, because it's always the left behinders. Can you see them watching you at your back? It's always the left behinders that can see where you're going. They get a better perspective. 111 in the chat, darling dear. Manifestation mode of the Ace of Cups. The universe is about to give you whatever you want. Again, it's about your spiritual gifts. It's about your relationships that are coming towards you. But remember, don't close your heart, because not everybody is like the askholes. But still, I will still tell you, everyone still needs to be investigated. Nobody gets a free pass. Because remember what happened the last time? It was what? The devil's most diligent workers. Yeah. Alright. Let's give it another shufti. So what? Let's get to the core of it, right? What questions is being bandied around outside of your presence from these dummy bats? Right? What questions are they asking? Card spin. Okay. Someone's putting it out there that you're a sex worker. Jesus, they've got no chill factor. They said you're a whole sex worker. Listen, this is not right. They want you to have some form of loss of money, loss of status. They don't wish well for your progenies, darling dears. They're telling people that you're a sex worker. Yeah. Others, they're telling people that you are some kind of witch doing some kind of voodoo, right? They're saying that you're making other people sick with your words, your energy. They're saying a lot of things, right? And every one of them that's saying it is a narcissist, a sociopath, a psychopath. All of the paths, darling dears. They're saying all of these things. They're so mean. What's this? Yeah. They wish the worst for you. They want you to be in Cardboard City, darling dears. Or because you broke up that dolly house. This, look, King of Swords come out in the reverse. Narcissist. Look, Emperor in reverse. Narcissist. Passive aggressive. Gossiping, darling dear. Look where the eyes are when you read the cards. This is present energy. Calling you a witch, a sex worker, wanting you to be sick, your children to be sick. They want you displaced. They don't want you to have no. They don't want you to have nothing. They don't want you to have nothing, but you have everything. Right? You got temperance, darling dear. On what they don't want you to be emotionally fulfilled. And it's the breaking of generational curses, darling dears. It was not a happy home, a happy environment, happy friendship, it was none of those things. This is why you was divinely guided to leave that situation alone. Right? It was toxic to the core. Ace of the deck. And it would have been a never-ending cycle. You had to grow up here, darling dear. You did. What's this generational curse? Yeah. You're the strongest of your lineage, darling. Is what you did to break that cycle. They could never have done. You couldn't have done what you did. Right? 8 of Wands in the reverse. You're not taking any messages from them. Right? Look what fell on the Temperance. Your 10 of Pentacles plus the Chiron. You are healing your lineage, darling dears. And you will always move forward victoriously. Right? Leave the lying liars where they are. Jealous. You may have been involved. This could also represent a husband or wife that you are now divorced from. King of Cups on its face. You may have lost a child in that situation. This person may be ignoring your child in the situation because they can't get to you anymore. You left the askholes behind. Let them continue to ask. Right? This person is blocked from you spiritually as well as what is it? Social media. Yeah. You block them. Because they destabilized your whole foundation. What's this? And you've got to win. They can't understand how you manage to still keep getting up. You keep getting up because you're a big cat. You are ibex to be, as a matter of fact. Prototype of your lineage. You were sent to be the strength and the light. Yeah, drama-free you be. Drama-free so that you can focus on your long-term vision. As the Temperance energy told us, it's about your money and your time. Remember, your time is your money. Choose to spend it wisely. And it's also about you what? Looking for different streams of income, darling dears. So you can be comfortable. Remember, we saw that Hamza next to the sewing machine around your work. Continue to sock it to them, big cat. I insist. You're not even trying. You came off the field and went into the barn. Let's get the kipper, because you enjoy it so. And then we're out of here. To get great. Yeah, the change. Leave them where they are under judgment, darling dear. And this is divorce papers. Or since you divorced yourself from this person or people, your life has changed for the better. New car, new direction, right? It's definitely over. And you're going to hear of someone passing around this full moon, darling dears. It will be a family member. Yeah, they're going to try and message you. What did I say? I said, was it yesterday's reading? It came up that if there's some kind of family gathering, don't go. Why would you go amongst the passive aggressive and they're all askholes? You can go and say goodbye anytime you want. The grave will always be there. Trust me. Trust me. The grave will always be there. Right? Yeah. Don't have to go amongst people that listen. That's all they do is watch what you've got going on, darling dear. This came out in the reverse. You ain't checking for them, boo. Leave them where they are. Rinse and repeat of lack mentality, lack cycles. It's because they're lacking in something. That's why they have to be an askshole on your life. Right? You bossed up on them, darling dear. Could be on what? What's that? Is it trading tape, ticker tape? Whatever that is. You could be even trading crypto, property, a new business, whatever it is, darling dear. We saw the Knight of Pentacles. Then we saw the Queen, darling dears. You've been at it for some time. You looking from the inside out, you can't see how you bossed up. But from the outside in, baby, hey, you're making everybody cry into their fist. Yeah, let them cry into their fist. Right? Luke 62:20. Was it? No, Luke 22:62. They're crying bitterly. They cry bitterly. Right? Of this new beginning that you've created for yourself. Don't let nothing that these askholes do, right, hold you back. Your mind must always be focused forward. The 3 and the 6 goes to a 9. Hermit, the betrayal, darling dear. But you was not meant to fit in. You was meant to show them a different way to be on this Malkuth. So that this hell that we're born into was heaven. But you are the one that is going to have to go off and find the heaven alone, darling dear. You can't stay amongst the mentality when you are the smartest one in the group, where you are the only one that has compassion, where you're the only one that has a conscience. You gather up your shiznai and you head out, big cat. I told you I had to start this channel and become an international cat in order to find like-minded souls. Otherwise I'd have gone to my grave with all of this intel. And that wouldn't have been fair, bestie. Pinkies up. Keep it moving. Let this community of askholes talk, because they are at your back. And they're at your back for a reason. Remember, big cat don't look back. Remember Lot's wife, Salt Bay. No, leave them where you are. Because you've got the Wheel of Fortune. You saw this fate, destiny, and good luck. It's in your future. Yes, there's a lot of dull yellow. They're always going to watch. They're always going to ask. They're always going to wonder. But never you wonder. Never you second guess. They don't deserve your time, your energies, or even your attentions. Nothing. Pay them dust, big cat. You must be too busy. What? Yes, too busy peeing glitter, shitting cupcakes, and farting rainbows. Remember, Swahili, sitaki, I don't want it. On that note, I drops me mic. Todd love to my Teesprings, Todd love to my Patreon, or simply come back here. And as I always say, don't get smoked. And don't smoke yourself. From the ashes, baby. Namaste. Big cat wave. Until we meet again on these tarot streets. Remember, big cat, askholes will always come with an opinion. You don't have to give them no intel them. Tell them nothing. Give them dust. Give them your back. Remember who put you in that circumstance and situations. They're telling people that you're a sex worker. They wish death on you, on your progeny. They want you homeless. Remember, big cat wave. We don't go backwards, ever forwards. In the words of Abraham Lincoln, cat cat.